So welcome back to the channel again. Today is part 3 of 3 in the Jordan 3 series silhouette collection. So yeah, if you haven't seen part 1 or 2, I would recommend watching them in order. Links above to those 2 videos. Yeah, just because I'm doing it all in a chronological order, I think it kind of makes sense to watch it that order. Having said that, you know, any order is still fine. So yeah, I'm going to ping up the image again of the 3 eras. So this is going to be the new shape. This is going to be 2020 onwards. And my favorite era of the Jordan 3 silhouette, because they've taken it back to that kind of 1988 mold. Again, fit of the day pick up here. Yeah, and without any further ado, enough lollygagging, I'm going to get into them. So the first pair, basically the first pair to release with the new shape came with the new box, with the new style box. So now we have done away with what we were calling the OG style box, although it does creep back in once. I think once, maybe no, twice, because JB can never keep anything consistent. But here we go with the new box style. 3/4 predominant color for the shoe, and then the rest of it is in that elephant print. And the elephant print piece is the front of the box. So although it's now easier to tell what shoe it is because of the color of the box, you don't actually see when you're looking face on. So this is a little bit less helpful, but having said that, it's still quite nice to not have every single thing in the stacks looking exactly the same. So this is the red cement, aka Unite, aka Chicago, aka whatever else. What they did with this pair, spare black laces, I much prefer the white with this block. There's a couple of other pairs in the same block, and I have whites in all of them. First thing to note with these, Shy on the back. Super, super dope touch with the Shy on the back. So they did a Nike Air version, and then they did a Nike Chicago version. Yeah, a Nike Chicago version. I managed to hit on both, and then I kept these 2, and then my buddy has the Shy on this side, and then the Nike Air on this side. So we basically just kept one of each, which because we thought it looked a bit cooler. Funny story with this pair, Nike actually also sent me a second pair of the Nike Shys completely by accident, so just 2 turned up. They were supposed to be Chicago exclusive, and then for some reason they dropped them, and I managed to get 2 pairs. And it has Nike Shy on the inside. As you can see from this top down, really, really thinned out. So it no longer looks like a skate shoe. You cannot see the red from the front here. This is one of the best shapes they did. It's a predominantly red shoe, so wearability is a bit less. But I think one of the things here, there's so much grey around here and white that it really does kind of break that up. So just trying to speed up a little bit, but I did want to spend that little bit of extra time on essentially the first pair we got in this new shape. And I remember when news first broke that they were going to do a new shape, and super excited. Second box, they then randomly went back to the OG box but coloured the top a specific colour. You can probably tell what these are. Still in 2020. This is the UNC. Also the first one where they introduced the double stitch tongue. So you have a darker blue or navy, and then the UNC blue in the middle, and it says soul on the back of the tongue, and then this side says heart, so heart and soul. Very clean. The price of these has gone insane. Shoot up an image here. They were still really easy to pop for retail. Now they go for a lot. And then onto a pair that I've already shown you quite recently, so I won't lollygag on this one. Still covered in leather glitter, which is annoying. Animal Instinct 2.0. Lovely shoe. Also really, really nice thin padding on there. Just did a video on these, so I won't, as I say, I won't take too long. Also, there's a lot down here to get through. So now we come to an interesting pair. We're back to the new 3/4 split, so you have white here, and then even the style of elephant print changes, because this is like a dark elephant print, and as you see on here, it's a darker elephant print. So this is the denim, Japanese denim, and they have the Nike Air. Don't know if you can see. I'll see if I can find an image online where you can see them both. But it has a translucent Jumpman over the top of a Nike sign, so you essentially get both. They did do another version of this shoe. I'll shoot an image up here with Japanese on the back. The shoe is identical to this one, and they went for a lot more. And these were easy to get for retail, so never really bothered to go back and get the Japanese exclusives. I think they're like a couple $100 more. The denim is basically all over the elephant print, so they've basically made elephant print denim. So another evolution of elephant print. Let's see the shoe. Then we are on to a completely different box, and that's because this is the Frag collab, special Frag paper, Fragment Jordan 3, really good leathers, says Fragment at the back here, horrible back tab, it's gone piss yellow. We think that they used this weird glue that just reacted badly. They have this stamp here, the Fragment stamp on the back. Really, really nice leather. These are also getting leather glitter on them, but that's because they've used real leather on them. Just a super clean shoe. It's just like a real shame about that glue colour because it does not look good. I think at some point I am going to take those back tabs off. I'm going to deoxidize them and I'm going to reglue them with a better glue. So next up, they randomly just went back. I think these dropped right in the middle of like the COVID issues, and they just randomly went back to the OG box for one shoe. It frustrates me because this shoe would look really dope with that 3/4 box. This is the what is it? Varsity Royal. So the Varsity Royal Jordan 3, just a GR Nike Air on the back. Basically that same block where you have the predominant colour, again with the white laces, and then the grey. It's basically the black cement block, but instead of black, here we have the Varsity, then we have the red, and there's another one in another colour coming up. Actually, these sold out and I had to pay resale. I ended up paying retail for resale, maybe plus $5 or something, but weirdly they were actually quite difficult for me to get. As we can see, more of the split box. These dropped in Europe and Asia only. Managed to get these from a friend, 20% under retail. Still got the thing on the paper in the box because I've actually not worn these yet. The right occasion just hasn't come up. But these are the Court Purple Jordan 3. Really dark elephant print, great shape. Some people had really bad QC on their pairs. You can see the purple and the orange, and then the double stitch Jumpman comes back into play with these. Just a nice GR, 20% under retail. I was always going to take that. I had a bunch of pairs that was getting sent back across the pond to me, so it didn't really cost any extra in shipping because I had a big box coming to me already. And speed up, I mentioned before, I had the 2007s. I sold them when these dropped, so do not need to. Cool grey. Listed in 2020. Yeah, dropped a lot in 2020. Cool grey looks exactly like the 2007s with obviously much better shape, better laces. The suede, the nubuck is not as nice, but everything else about the shoe I think is better. The third pair in that black cement block. Again, you see the colour of the box. I do love that about these boxes. They just make it much easier to tell what the shoe is. So the pictures I have on the front are slightly less redundant, but more redundant. So again, this is the Midnight Navy. So again, overall navy where the black would be. Pop an image up here of me wearing them. So I feel like I was having a conversation in our Jordan 3 Discord. This colour just really goes well with that tan, khaki kind of family of colours. I think I fit them recently with the Fear of God string colour. It's special box. The universally acclaimed shoe of 2021. Worn these a bunch. For some reason I still have the paper in there. Let's see how worn these are with that bag. This is the A Ma Maniére Jordan 3 Raised by Women. Hang tag in that lovely colour. I've put the kind of creamed out laces on there. You get this really nice jump out on the back. Sorry, Nike Air on the back and that creamed out, and then you get the grey quilted. Superb pair. Up there with, for me, with I mentioned before, the Bio Beige is one of my favourite, all-time favourite colourways. These are up there with that. Okay, now we're into 2021. Yeah, I mean, A Ma Maniére to 2021. 3/4 box. Do not understand why this is not white. This is, sometimes the colour coordination on the boxes is really odd to me. This is a predominantly white shoe. Do not understand why it comes in a black box. Racer blue. I absolutely love this blue. This is probably my favourite like Jordan brand colour when it comes to blues, the Racer blue. Because it just pops so much more than True Blue or Varsity Blue or anything like that, or Midnight Navy, which I guess is a style of blue. I will pop up an image here of these with the flash on. So this is a 3M elephant print. Most people hated the 3M elephant print. They've not done it again since. They've never done it before. I've never obviously looked at sales figures from Jordan brand, but I'm guessing people didn't like the 3M. For me, everything else about the shoe looks really so good. Plus the Mavs blue is very, very so close to this you can't tell. So the difference. So I always, not always, but have worn these quite a few times with my Mavs shorts, my Mitchell & Ness Swingman shorts, and I think it goes really, really well. Another 3/4 box. Another pair with a paper still in, but I have actually worn these. Pine green. More double stitch on the tongue, but now they've flattened it. So the past ones, the middle colour was kind of raised. This is all completely flat. This is basically black cement, but instead of red, they have green heads, and then so black. Yeah, so very similar, but not exactly the same. Very nice pair as well. Ended up with 3 pairs of those. Rob Day had to give 2 back. Okay, so this is the patchwork. I've actually not worn these. I'm just looking for the right time to. Very annoying story around Christmas 2021. I think this is the last shoe to drop in 2021 that I was interested in. One of the last shoes in general. And the post office lost it. So I had to go down and drive around on my Christmas break trying to find patchwork camo. And yeah, couldn't find it anywhere. So this is a very, very interesting shoe. As you can see with this orange, there's a very much like a undefeated vibe to these. Bunch of different patchwork things on there, much of which are camo. You have orange on the back here. And one of the special things about this pair is these patches. So they have Nike Air patches, which kind of Velcro onto the back here, which is pretty cool. Haven't worn them yet. As you can see, they are slightly mismatched. The two sides, they are not identical, but it's so, like, it's such a subtle difference that generally, I don't think most people generally tend to think of them as like a mismatched shoe, like you would with something like the Homage Joe Light 3s or the Sean Wotherspoon Joe Light 3s or anything like that. I still feel like this was supposed to be a Travis shoe or a undefeated shoe. And for some reason that just didn't come to fruition and they dropped them anyway. I feel like if this was a Travis, it would go for thousands, but it doesn't, and they don't, so whatever. Okay, another 3/4 box. This time in this kind of like It isn't quite Jordan brand cherry red, but for me, I feel like a slightly richer one is a bit more of a cherry. Cardinals. So one of the differences here is that the Cardinal red here is gloss. It's a standard GR. It has this really nice like cardinal kind of like, what is the color? Oh, curry, light curry. It's a white light curry cardinal red. Very simple, true blue blocking with the elephant print up here. Love the gloss finish on these eyelets and here. Again, just a simple one. I think it's the kind of shoe where if you're just a general kind of Jordan fan and you like all of the silhouettes, you might not have room or space to pick that up. For me, someone that like only really wears 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s, and 3s are my favourite, I kind of grab them where I can. Obviously there's some missing here, I don't have every single pair. Another one where I don't understand why this is black and not white. It feels like they cheaped out on us and just gave us the Court Purple box again. Either way, this is the Dark Iris. Again, similar thing to a few of the past ones, but now we're with this Iris Purple, black pad on the inside padding, purple up in the nubuck here, black and purple Jumpman double stitched again. Again, another nice pair. The first pair, I think, where they started putting this card behind the tab, which is weird. Yeah, another nice pair. Another really nice pair. 2 more to go. Back to the OG box, but this time for an actual reason. And this is also the OG box that's better than the one we had been getting because it's much thicker card and it's slightly bigger. We have a retro card. You have the OG Nike Orange hand tag. 2022 Fire Red with that Nike Air on the back. So this completes having all 4 pairs with the Nike Air, which is great for the collection. Having all 4, I now have, you've seen all 4, all with the Nike Air. It's lovely for anyone who's a kind of avid collector. Last pair, I've done these chronologically. Latest Jordan 3 to drop. Dropped late last year, 2022. Well, they were the 2022, so Cardinals onwards has all been 2022. Again, you see the box. I've seen these fit really nicely recently. I'll pop up an image here. And I want to say it was Fear of God string that the guy had fit them with. So I'm going to probably do something similar to kind of match this midsole / laces. This kind of like medium to light brown goes really well with this colour. So Archeo, or whatever they're called, brown. Yeah, Archeo brown, dark smoke grey is the colourway. Completely done away with elephant print and just have these stitches here. Again, very nice. So it's sort of kind of like a little hit of mustard on the eyelets and the back of the tongue. But yeah, with this pair, I'm going to shoot an image up here of the Viotex, the Atmos Viotex. I always feel like this colour is very, very similar to that. Yeah, obviously a lot less resale value and a lot less hype around it. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. Images up here now of the other 2 videos. As I say, if this is the first one you stumble across, I would, I mean, if you've got this far into the video, then you've already watched it, but I would go and watch 1 and then 2. I'm going to be going back into those other 2 videos and putting the links at the end to each of them as well. So all 3 videos are connected to the other ones up front and at the end. But yeah, that's it from me. Really had a lot of fun making this Jordan 3 silhouette collection set of videos. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. That's it from me. Over and out.